What's up, YouTube? This is Malak News TV, and today we got a story coming out of Kansas City, Missouri, where these race soldiers have unjustly shot a sister. Let's get into it.
New at 10, a woman says she and her kids saw the moment officers opened fire on a woman, injuring her. The shooting happened Friday night near East 6th Street in Prospect. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says at the time, Kansas City, Missouri police officers pulled over a vehicle that matched the description of a stolen vehicle in KCK during an armed carjacking.
Interesting.
Well, tonight, an eyewitness is sharing what she saw and what she recorded on her cell phone. Now, we have to warn you here, the video and the nature of the story is kind of graphic. Our reporter Dan Cohen brings us her emotional story.
A Friday night Family Dollar shopping trip for one woman turned into what she called a traumatic experience.
Somebody needs to speak up because we stand for something and we all fall for anything.
She's speaking up anonymously, asking us to conceal her name and face as she says she's concerned for her safety.
They shot her. They shot her.
She says she saw Kansas City police engage with a woman in a car in the Family Dollar parking lot.
The police officer understands she's armed. That's what he said. She's armed. She's armed. And so he shoots the 4 times and the other officers shoot, making it a total of 5.
Missouri State Highway Patrol investigators said KCPD officers told them the woman had a gun in her hand when she got out of the car.
That's what they always say, right?
She didn't sense a threat, filming the aftermath on her cell phone.
I didn't feel in danger. I didn't, even though I was right there, if I had seen a gun, I would have moved my kid, moved me, all my kids, everything, because, she's a threat. But because she got out and she talked to them for a while, and how that's not a threat for me.
And you even heard her say that she got out and talked to them for a while. See, this is what these race soldiers always do. Oh, and this is a woman we're talking about. This is a woman we're talking about on top of that. See, it's one thing for them to shoot us, period. But this is a woman. These are a bunch of grown-ass men. Excuse my language. These are a bunch of grown men. Having guns out on an unarmed woman talking about she got a gun, they just start shooting. Huh, family? This is what they do to us? Well, all the women's rights and all them little BS nonsense women who be over here talking about, oh, women this and women that and women need to rise. And where y'all at? When anything happens to a black woman, y'all are ghosts. See, black woman, you better understand something. You going against your man, that's the worst thing you can possibly do, for those of you who do. Because let me tell you something. When you try to go join these groups with these little white girls that got issues with they dudes, they don't protect you. But let this have been a bunch of black officers that shot down a white woman, and let's see the outrage that would have happened. Let's see what happened to these so-called officers. I told y'all before, these are not officers. These are criminals. This is the reason why some people, because I don't get nervous when I see police, but this is the reason why some people get nervous when they see cops, because they understand they are criminals. They understand, oh, you're out to bother me. You're out to harm me. You're out to do something to me. But what you're not out here to do is feel safe. No black person or minority, period, for the most part in America feels safe when they see the police. Nobody's like, oh, great. The cops are around. I feel safe. No, people like the police around. What the heck are they doing? But let's go ahead. Let's continue the story.
Didn't have anything on her at that moment. I can guarantee that with my own eyes.
She also says it seemed it took too much time for officers to help the woman after shooting her.
And you heard that? It took too much time for them to help the woman out after the officers shot her. And you know why that is, family? Because they probably wanted her to die. They probably wanted her to die. They wanted this woman to die. These grown men wanted this woman to die. They felt no life in her. This is what they do. It's starting to make me upset. Let's go.
And the love and care of certain people even after your job is done.
No, it's missing out.
She needed help.
She told us it all unfolded with her own kids in her car.
Had a 1-year-old door open and watched it. I could not leave it. He's traumatized. He's sitting up here reenacting what happened.
It's a night she's struggling to put behind her.
Being put in a situation of trauma for the rest of your life. That is a grievance to me. There's not enough therapy that any of these groups can offer me.
In Kansas City.
Now you heard her said about the whole, they can't give her no therapy. She said traumatized for the rest of her life. This is what they want to happen to you. This is why they do this. They want you to be traumatized. Family, y'all got to stop being traumatized. There's nothing traumatizing about that. The thing about this is They put these images. This is why they will show this to you on the news, because they want you to be traumatized. They want you to be fearful when you see the police. It's all about putting you back in that slave mind. You know, oh, you're afraid of the slave master, but then you have some people like myself and plenty more of us that's not going for that, who see through the smoke and who's not afraid of the slave master at all. And this is why I say it's just weird how the world works itself out. How these type of incidents, how it happens to the people who's really not going to fight back. You know, some people do fight back. You know, they take it down to the courts. You know, shout out to them. But then a lot of some of y'all just like you just give up. You just lay down and just give up. No fight in you. But family, man, with this sister that this happened to, this is a very sad situation. I'm not gonna say I don't even like saying stuff like that, because it's not a sad situation, because these officers knew what the heck they was doing. They all need to be prosecuted, put in prison for attempted murder. Every last one of them. Give them 80 years in prison. Why in the world are they still patrolling the streets? Lock these criminals up. These criminals need the death penalty. Put these criminals to death. Lock them up for 40 years, 50 years, or maybe until wherever you think they're about to die, they just go ahead and kill them anyway. Go ahead and put them in they need to bring the lecture chair back for officials who swear to uphold the law, who break the law consistently. But guess what, though? It starts at the top. So Kansas City Police, your chief, you just as wicked as the rest of your police officers, and y'all need to get that dude out of office immediately. And with that being said, I ain't saying nothing else. I'm out of here.